Hello everyone. So it's 8:16 p.m. So, excuse me. This video I had told y'all that one of these moments I was going to talk to y'all about my personal viewpoint, opinion, and perspective about the dumbing down of American society. Excuse me. But it's like some people believe that only Americans are dumbed down and stupid, but other pe- other people believe that it's the whole world being dumbed down and stupid. Oh, I'm starting to get cold. I'll be right back. Excuse me. So, well, I noticed something. A lot of us are considered targeted individuals. A lot of targeted individuals are awakened to many agendas of the new world order. Um, excuse me. So, but some of them aren't. Some of them still, they're targeted, but they don't know why they're being targeted or how, and they still don't believe the new world order is a reality. But this new world order plan has been planned out, since the beginning of time. And Satan is the head. So, the New World Order Antichrist is being ushered in. So it seems like, I wonder why some people falsely believe that the Bible is a tool to try to control us and dumb us down. But if you actually read the Bible, the King James Version of the Bible, and study it, you'll realize that the Bible is warning us and trying to save us from New World Order deception and trying to save us from going to hell. So nowadays you hear stories about, ever since after, last year, and even after, since the lockdowns, people have become meaner, more evil, and more, everybody's crazier now. Excuse me. I have never heard of the term a Karen until I haven't heard of the term Karen until after COVID-19 and the lockdowns and stuff has started. Well, around that time. But before then, I didn't realize there was any talk about Karens and stuff. And they mainly depict a white woman, like a white woman, one of the rich, proper white people, not the civilized or, the regular, normal white people, or the white people who have to work hard, and not even the druggy white people, or not the hillbilly white people, or none of those kind of, white people. They're not depicted as, a Karen, but it's like mainly the rich white females who go off and act, a certain way, they get called a Karen. So there's a whole bunch of videos of people, going off and losing their tempers and having rage and everything like that. And then, excuse me, and then also there are the guy version. Sometimes they'll call him Ken. So the Ken, like Barbie and Ken. Now it's Karen and Ken. I've heard some people call him Karen and Kyle. So with Karen and Ken, it's like the male version of what Karen does. And it's like I noticed that with these YouTube videos or memes or social media, whatever about Karen, is basically depicted like let me show y'all. I screenshot a little stop. I screenshot a comment of somebody talking about what a true Karen is. Somebody said the original definition of Karen is derived from the physical description of a middle-aged, white, moody, aggressive soccer mom. You need different names for other descriptions. Because it was a video of an African lady. I don't think she was Caribbean. She sounded definitely African. And she had an altercation with an Asian female working at a store that looked like CVS. I don't think it was Walgreens, but I think she was at CVS. Excuse me. And so the African lady was called a Karen. The black African lady, she was called a Karen, a racist Karen, and she started, physically trying to karate fight the Asian lady, and the Asian lady told her straight up, get the fuck out, and the Asian lady kept threatening to file a lawsuit. So, they had all these different, comments on YouTube and stuff from the video. But, last year I did a YouTube video and I joked that, hey, I'm the black version of a Karen. Because you know how us being targeted individuals, with us being targeted and being gang stalked, and somebody do something crazy to you, like what happened today, somebody do something crazy to you, and then they delay and slow down your phone until after the offense is done, and then you finally get to start filming, and then it's made to look like as if you're the one who started fucking with them for no reason at all. Excuse me. And I think that, that's what a lot of these situations, that you think somebody's a Karen, but that person might be a targeted individual, standing up for their rights. And they're getting rightfully so, mad and angry at that whatever employee that's trying to perp you, pretty much, So nowadays, people who are awakened to the truth and know their rights and know the truth, know the New World Order agendas, they know what's up, pretty much. And then when they try to get the truth out, if they at fake Walmart or something and they just air out everything and being angry and frustrated, then they get called a Karen, for trying to wake people up, pretty much, to the truth about everything that's going on. So it's like I have to tiptoe and can't say really anything on here, you know, about this certain topic, that if I even so much mention it, I don't want to get in trouble. So they know what they're doing. And so it's like, but I'm working on a book about this topic though. But um so anyway, it's like, because say for example, you know, it's like I was freaking, it's like I hate when, nah, I better not even talk about, I better not even talk about it because I can't even say like the slightest thing. But anyway, let me get back to, I mean, because I really, really, really want to include this topic in here, but the idea of, you know, my channel getting in trouble or anything like that. So I have to find somewhere else to post, what I want to talk about. But anyway, so I'm going to reference Titus 3:3 again from the King James Version of the Bible, about how we were all, all pretty much sometimes foolish and disobedient and stuff like that. And so other countries, I've seen them on YouTube. People from other countries yell and talk about stupid Americans, dumb Americans. But a lot of Americans think they're the smartest country in the world. But we're dumbed down. And a lot of times it's by no fault of our own. But then at the same time, some people do choose to be willfully ignorant and willfully stupid and stubborn as hell. That some people, you just can't get through to them. Excuse me. But it's like, the only I usually, I don't talk bad about innocent people who haven't harmed me. But yeah, any of you gang stalking purpose, I'll talk bad about y'all. So it's like they use, if in case y'all didn't know this, whoever's watching, if you use let's see, entertainment and music, like music and movies and stuff like that, a lot of forms in sports and stuff like that, the news is used to dumb down humanity. And the food that we eat, the fluoride in the water, food that we eat, fluoride in the water, um, food that we eat, fluoride in the water, chemtrails in the air, certain chemicals they put in clothes or other items, and then they try to deter you from trying to scare you away from trying to eat healthy. And nowadays it's made to look like as if breathing is a crime. Being able to breathe free air is a crime. So it's like, can't, it's like, so, excuse me, it's like, so, excuse me, we were taught in school, basically, nothing but lies. Remember when Michael Jackson said, it's a conspiracy, it's a conspiracy, the history books are all lies? A lot of the celebrities themselves are trying to wake you up to the truth, and you're blinded by the truth that they might be trying to warn you and speak to you about, like Michael Jackson, DMX, and stuff. And then, yeah, it's like they act like everything is just supposed to be just nothing but entertainment. Like, just because somebody's considered a celebrity or a public figure, the masses never take them seriously. You know, so you idolize and worship this person, Michael Jackson, but he's standing right in front of you and telling you the truth, and y'all act like he's just fucking entertaining y'all. You know, if Michael Jackson, you know, sound like he's preaching and speaking the truth about everything, and he seemed like as if, you know, an interview, basically, he was forced against his will to become famous. He never wanted to become big, huge, and famous. And, you know, so I remember hearing stories about how he used to fight as a little kid, you know, try very hard to rebel against the MK Ultra. And yet they made him the biggest star. And so, it's like the stuff that they're putting in our food, and then they want to make us crippled and disabled on purpose so that we couldn't work and so that we'll be forced to depend on them, you know, the elite, so that they can limit our resources and control us and everything. They took prayer out of the schools in the 1960s. And, you know, okay, once they took prayer out of the schools, then, you know, they took prayer out of the schools, and then they had, after that, then there was feminism unleashed, then rebellion, and then psychiatry and the mental health system. But, you know, they said that homosexuality used to be considered a mental illness, but then they ruled it out and made it quote unquote normal. I heard that they've been trying to fight tooth and nail to normalize pedophilia. And so, you hear about, I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous right now, understandably, because I had all my thoughts mapped out, and then now I'm doing a video, and now I'm kind of like quite nervous, but I shouldn't be nervous. So, they take prayer out the schools. And then, you know, women start working outside of the home. Couples accumulating more debt. The TV is introduced. Television. I'm not sure about when radio been introduced, but I heard about, you know, Satan being the prince of the power of the air. Or is it prince of power? No, he was the prince of the power of the air. And so that's why you hear about, if you're on the radio, there's somebody that's on air on the radio that, is basically somebody who sold their soul to the devil. So the music that you listen to is making you dumber. The TV that you watch is making you dumber. The food that you eat is making you dumber. The stuff you brush your teeth with is making you dumber. Vaccines is making you dumber. They're actually crippling people. And so, of course, you gang stalkers trying to hurt my heart for trying to speak out the truth. So the excuse me. So kind of getting off track, but a lady named Charlotte Iserbyt did a whole about almost 750-page PDF file of the deliberate dumbing down of American society. And that you can watch numerous, they have videos. I don't know if they're gone now. There's some truth left over that you can find on archive.org, and you can download whatever documentaries, PDF files, books, MP3 files, whatever, certain conspiracy related truth, on, oh man, they're attacking me hard. They're even trying to attack this area, plus my heart. It's like a metallic kind of pain right here. It's like I can't even describe it, but it feels kind of like a metallic pain. So any psychiatric pill making you dumber. Even physical medication, pharmaceutical drug make you dumber. And you wonder, it's like they say the most basic form of the most basic form of mind control is repetition and brainwashing. So the most basic form of brainwashing and mind control is repetition. So people think that they're cool, and they think that they're higher and better than you. Because everything in life has to be a narcissistic competition on who can outdo who can be better than who. None of y'all better than each other. You're not better than me. I never said I was better than y'all. And so people reversedly mock and laugh at Christians and say that Christians are dummies. So they also, it's like they brainwashed us to be dumb, and they brainwashed us to hate thy neighbor. So, and I'm working on, me finding out about being gang stalked, it helped me become more courageous and less fearful, but I still have more working on to do. I still get a lot scared, but but it's helping me become more bold. And become more bold and, less trying to fight to being less fearful. And the Bible says that fear brings a snare. The fear of man brings a snare. And so we can't fear or trust in man. Now I have to remind myself that you can't fear or trust in man. And just because somebody say that, they're going through what you're going through, and then you let your guard down and then get disappointed, um, because they made a false promise, to be supportive of you and be there for you, and then they turn around and start perping you. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. Another one. They talk about Karen, and sometimes they'll say Kevin. Huh? What? Yeah. So I think the ultimate goal to make us stupid, to make us helpless against fighting the new world order, and make us scared and helpless. And I'm still scared and helpless and ignorant, and trying to still got more to learn. To be scared, helpless, and ignorant, and then end up you know dying. And then I mean, they don't teach us to be self-sufficient in school, but then they expect you to go out in the work world, in the corporate world, or in the work world, with quote unquote common sense, to have this skills to do this and that skill. I mean, these skills to do this and those skills to do that, and nobody want to help you. And so, you're not taught in school that only people who sell their soul to the devil are the ones who get successful. They brainwash you and lie and say that hard work pays off, or they talk about working smart, and they think that they're better than you because they're smart. And I was brainwashed with that idea too, trying to fight to be smart and fight to be successful, and hopefully, live that American dream and get to do whatever I dream, whatever I want. You know how people be like, well, if you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. But that's like a secular version of, the Bible verse, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So, but it's like you wonder how the hell some people will, if they're quote unquote blessed with nice things, but they don't even give God the time of the day, and they're all successful. And say, for example, if you know, if you're at a doctor's appointment and you try to witness to the one of the nurses or the receptionist or something like that, you'll get hauled away for inappropriate behavior. But it seems like cults are allowed to do what the hell they want, like the fake Jehovah's Witnesses cult. They do stuff like they can go on college campuses and show their lies and everything. But if a Christian go on, I mean, how come it seems like fake Jehovah's Witnesses and fake Mormons, they are protected from solicitation laws, but let you be a true Christian speaking freely on Bourbon Street, on the public streets, out in the open, on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. you'll be hauled off to jail so fast. So, fake woke truthers who promote New Age and occultism and witchcraft, they get a lot of popularity and stuff like that. Everybody supports them, but they have y'all bewitched and they're deceivers. I mean, you act like you think you got high intelligence and act like you're the one who's warning people about the truth about things, but then you still try to sound like you conform to the world and hip and gangster, but you try to pretend to front like you're woke to the truth. And some of y'all pretend to be gang stalked just to gain gain false credibility, and y'all would do all these YouTube videos giving false proof about how woke y'all are or how much knowledge y'all have, rather than trying to spread, love and charity. Y'all promote selfishness. I mean, a lot of people who claim to be conspiracists or truthers, a lot of y'all are Jesus Christ rejectors. And then you mock and laugh at Christians and call them dumb sheeple. Because you know how they talk about dumb sheeple? So, and then in 1 Corinthians, it talks about us Christians being fools for Christ's sake. So, and Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. So they mock you saying, they mock the idea of Jesus saying, excuse me, my sheep hear my voice. And then, he talked about the 99 sheep and then the one lost sheep being restored. And so Jay-Z try to say that he tried to say that I got 99. I don't remember what he said. Is it 99? Yeah, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one, or something like that. So a lot of these mainstream celebrities, now they showing blatant Satanism in front of y'all faces. They showing blatant Satanism in front of y'all faces. And Jay-Z has said, I rape, kill, and pillage your children in his rap lyrics. And one of those songs, I don't remember. And then another one said that Jesus can't save you. Life don't start to the church end. And if you hear about celebrities and their music and backmasking, it's predictive programming as well. And movies is predictive programming. But Chris Brown in that song, Kiss Kiss, I think with T-Pain, and Chris Brown, satanic subliminal backwards messaging, backmasking, Chris Brown said 666 instead of kiss kiss. He said 666, and then he said I beat Rihanna. And then later on, what happened? He supposedly beat Rihanna. So tomorrow's Rihanna's birthday. She publicly admitted that she sold her soul to the devil. She said, I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? So, I remember seeing that. I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? So, Lady Gaga has a song called Judas. And, they promote and glorify Monarch, MK Ultra, mind control programming, Satanism, trying to manipulate and brainwash the human minds to turn away from Jesus Christ and away from salvation. And then the louder you blare that loud music, it's making you more deaf. And then they said that, you're losing your hearing when you hear loud music. So then you end up feeling like you got to turn it up louder. And noise pollution, believe it or not, can destroy your health. It's dangerous. But, noise pollution making you dumber. And it also blocks you from being able, it blocks you from being able to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit, or, that still small voice. So you need some time of peace and quiet rather than constant partying, revelry, noise, and everything like that. People think they're doing the right thing, just living a life of pleasure and partying, and people like them don't even have to worry about much suffering. And then if you're suffering and you speak out about it, they'll try to make it like you're a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer, and a petty Betty. And you're just a negative drama queen or a party pooper. Now you're just here to ruin the fun for everybody else. So, I noticed that, that's why I'm saying the man across the hall right there, he got the TV super loud because he's a narcissistic abuser and a perp. And he got the TV unnecessarily loud. And then people think that they do the right thing by leaving the TV to babysit you. I mean, they allow the TV to babysit their kids. It's like we're all brainwashed and mind controlled because it's witchcraft. A witchcraft spell done on us. We are bewitched. And so they have some professed Christians who walk off and tell you that, or they brick wall you and tell you that they don't want to hear any conspiracy theories. You say you're Christian and you love the Lord, but you think that being a true Christian is to, sin 6 days a week and then self-righteously wait till Sunday to put on your fake holy mask in church. And then not even good and coming off the parking lot, to drive out of the church. And there you go and swindle another church member out of money, or make a scam deal where you scam your fellow church member before you even drive out of the parking lot. Like you just walked out of the church building and you have somebody, you got a deceitful looking smile on your face, and then you go and swindle and scam that person out of like $3,000. And then that person is devastated and hurt and stuff like that. The churches, how they talk about watered down church? I know the Bible does predict the falling away. So I'm just thankful and glad to, know a lot of truth and then get to show and speak out, like show y'all and share with y'all, what I've learned and I'm a lover of truth. I've always been, eager to learn, eager for knowledge. And I was pretty much disappointed to realize we've been lied to all our lives. So, never ever, like, I knew Biden was lying when he said that he was gonna give us the stimulus check, and like he was gonna, sign off on it or something like that the first day he was to get in office. I knew not to even trust that. And I'm thinking, excuse me, they've been playing with us for so long. And I feel like, well, if I get the stimulus, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And some truthers have warned us to, don't wait around for the government. They said, don't wait around for the government to help you. And then during hard times, the government won't be there to save you. Even during Hurricane Katrina, trust me, I went through it. I might have to do a video on that. Oh, I did do a video on that. But it was on my first channel, I think. Yeah. I gotta go through all that again. But on my PsychWorld channel, that's gone. Yeah, that one. Excuse me. So that PsychWorld channel, that's gone. I did do a video talking about my Katrina experiences. But, the government wasn't there to help. And they criminalized people for trying to survive. None of us were really prepared. Most of us weren't. But people like me, I was prepared but didn't realize it. And I had enough extra, even though I had to use like certain student loan money, like a private loan, and I stocked up and prepared, didn't even realize it, that I was stocking up and preparing. But I did. And then I had a lot of stuff left over. And so, it's like the family members didn't even treat me well during Hurricane Katrina. It was a shock to me because I thought that we would have, it would have helped us get closer together during crisis. But nah, that's how you know that my mentally slow, crazy biological family, that they're reprobate. Because during tough times, they get more ghetto and ignorant on purpose. And they feel the need to join the crowd. And so, even right after Hurricane Katrina, the mentally slow, crazy biological family members were creating false rumors and lies about me and thought it was funny. And it was very painful. So, I'm so sorry. I keep clearing my throat and stuff like that. It was the first time in 12 days that I've gone outside. But I've been taking my green supplement. But and I tried what I could. If I had to buy canned, fruits and vegetables, because far as I know, I'm supposed to have to leave Tuesday unless I get any more help. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. So it seems like a lot of us targeted individuals, a lot of us are targeted for being awake to the New World Order, and then we're forced to be poor and forced to eat, poor quality foods because that's all we can afford. And the idea, just barely surviving. I no longer care about a nice, beautiful house or, a luxury 2021 vehicle. I didn't realize those agendas. But one thing I hate, how narcissistic abusers hypocritically, if they're driving around in a 2021 Volvo, smack brand new, but then they tell you that you're childish if you say that you wish you had a new car. You didn't. I mean, so if you're driving, if you're living in a $6 million mansion, but then you think that a homeless person deserves, to be, I mean, as a punishment, to be forced to shut up and keep your mouth shut and be thankful and grateful for a half a plate of food that has been eaten off of and poisoned. And then you about to die, and then they tell you, be grateful for that. So, they said that, being homeless, even if you're not targeted, homeless people, they said to be careful about people trying to give you food. And I've had my lows, that low point, despite me having OCD, of, being forced to, have to accept somebody offering me food that has been eaten off of. But I'm glad I never got, I mean, I didn't get sick or anything like that, But then it's like, I've had it happen in New Orleans and Los Angeles. And I think a couple of times here in Pensacola as well. And so I don't know. It's like very frightening. The things people are susceptible or capable of doing, the evil that they're capable of doing, the cruelty of things that they do to homeless people. I mean, I'll never forget the story I heard about the lady in Van Nuys being set on fire. Like, leave her alone. Like, she could have still been here. I don't know. I think she did die from that situation, Van Nuys, California. And, I've had it happen to me. Just random assaults and cruelty towards me, being street homeless. And they laugh while they're assaulting you and doing cruel stuff to you. Having all your belongings stolen. If you're homeless, how the hell does a person with a nice ass new car and a roof over their head and a decent paying job, why the hell they need to steal from the little bit that you have as a homeless person? Why? And then a lot of people think that somebody that's homeless, they think that homelessness equals stupid. That, they think homeless people ain't got no sense. But sometimes certain homeless people have a lot of wisdom. And they know, the agendas of this world. And, you'll mock them and write them off as crazy. Or too much conspiracy minded. But, I saw a man in Pasadena, California. And, one time he said he didn't want to give himself the name homeless, but he said he's a survivalist. So people say that the poor and homeless nowadays are more resourceful and have better chances of survival than the people who are spoiled and rich and don't know what it's like to go without and to suffer. Even living up in this hotel right here, in order to try to stretch my money, I've even had to miss a meal or two and just eat only once for the day or twice for the day. So, and hopefully me trying to be less of a burden on y'all, when I'm crying out for help and need help and stuff like that. Some people be like, well, why don't you just go donate plasma? Well, first thing, I'm not sure to trust that, because the idea of donating blood goes to the blue blood rich elites, the reptilian elites who want our blood and our organs. And so I used to, when I was younger, like 17, and I think a few times in high school, and I think maybe in college, many years ago, I donated blood. And after I found out the truth, I will never donate blood anymore. I will never consent to having my organs donated. Not anymore. And so, because I think I did tell the story about how when I was younger and didn't know any better, didn't know the truth, and my hometown, New Orleans, New Orleans metro area, the first place I get my driver's license, and I mistakenly thought that I was doing good deeds by donating blood or wanting to donate my organs after I die. And I'm like, well, what's the point? I won't be alive to use them, so give them the good use for other people. Come to find out, I found the truth about that. And I heard, so when I went to, in 2017, to try to get my driver's license at the DMV, and I switched to not have my organs donated, and they looked at me like, shame on you. Like, and then they act like they try to convince me to go back to the organ donor thing, and I said, no, I don't want to be an organ donor. Not anymore, so, because I heard that if you're an organ donor, if you're a voluntary organ donor, you don't realize that if you're an organ donor, that you don't realize that they can come and kill you and get your organs whenever they feel like it, and then make a whole lot of money off of it, on the black market. The blood that we donate, the rich elites and even celebrities will take your blood and use them for satanic rituals, whether it be blood drinking or, the rapper Eminem. I saw a picture of him bathing in blood, a lot of blood, and I'm wondering where did all that blood come from? I wouldn't want to bathe in somebody else's blood. And how people want to try to emulate their favorite celebrities. And so, like, if you try to do what a celebrity does, you wonder how they get to do what they do and still walk free. But then if you copy or emulate them, you can get arrested and go to jail for that. And that's one thing, they get idolaters to emulate them. And like, so I'm sad to say, I'm gonna keep the video up, but I'm sad to say that the Gorilla Glue person, I so badly just wanted to believe that she I mean, I cannot believe people would do ridiculous things to get famous. Nearly permanently destroy themselves just to get famous. So a lot of people were angry and mad and called her a clout chaser and said that what she did was very, very stupid. And I tried what I could to defend her. Now I realize she sold her soul to the devil. But excuse me, I'm wondering if she probably was already Masonic and it was just about that time. Sorry, I keep having these constant burping. Excuse me. Sorry, forgive me. So, that also was the inspiration for me doing this video, talking about, the dumbing down of society. That people say that, with us being brainwashed into stupidity by a lot of times no fault of our own. And so I figured that maybe her handlers had mind controlled her into doing the glue thing. And then there was a humiliation ritual. And then I figured, she was already a famous TikToker. I never really saw her TikTok account or whatever. But one of her kids, one of those pictures somewhere online, I found one of her kids was wearing a lot of red. Some of the kids were wearing red in the picture, and one of the kids was throwing up, I don't remember what Illuminati hand sign it was, but I think it was the 666 hand sign one of the kids was holding up. So now I have a change of heart and opinion, but it's not my place to judge. I'm not going to be judgmental or, say anything. But I didn't realize anybody that age would destroy themselves just to be famous and rich. And I actually felt bad for her. But she seemed like she was soft-spoken and, wouldn't do such a thing on purpose. I thought it was just an honest mistake. But what if it was just an honest mistake? And as a result of that honest mistake, and it went viral, and people do stupid shit every day. But people make like what she did was the ultimate number one stupid thing you can ever do ever in your life. Like they made it like as if she made history of doing the most stupid thing that anybody could ever think of doing. When people do stupid shit, people of all ages do stupid shit every day. You know what? Making the decision to be a gang stalker, you're stupid. Because you're blindly following orders and just doing what you're told rather than thinking for yourself. You make the decision to dedicate your life for Satan. That is willfully and knowingly, this is what you want to be bonded to Satan for life. That is the ultimate stupid. You take the mark of the beast after being warned. But so many people be self-righteous and fake holier than thou and judgmental. You make the decision to blast loud music and watch TV. You're stupid. And you think you're cool by doctoring up your loud, big truck that's like, I don't know how tall those trucks are, but they doctor up the truck to be extra tall, like the monster trucks. And then they have all these fake fancy colors and, all for vanity and show and just for themselves, and trying to show off, and they invest in a whole lot of money into like getting the loudest speakers that they can find. Excuse me, getting the loudest speakers that they can find. You know, and people would try to talk about, when it comes to me, like me just trying to barely survive, that DJ person try to, how to fake TI perps and regular perps who are narcissistic abusers. They try to falsely accuse me of mismanaging funds that's given to me. I'm not staying in a rich fancy hotel. Not staying in luxury. This is just a basic little place that's $40 a night to stay here. Well, actually under $40 a night to stay here if you stay at least 7 days. And then you have to, now the new rule is pay in 3-day increments. So $120 less than $120 for 3 days. And after the 7, excuse me for scratching my ear. And then, living off of fake Walmart and Dollar Tree and stuff like that. There's also Dollar General, but they don't have really any fruits and vegetables at Dollar General. So that's why I've been going to fake Walmart. I wish I could go to Publix further down the other way, but it almost requires a bus ride or a long walk. So fake Walmart is closest. So, but I miss Publix, and it's a whole lot better, but it's more expensive, a little more expensive though. But fake Walmart is not cheap anymore. It's getting more expensive. You can't even get a jar of peanut butter for $1 anymore. And your basic jar of peanut butter, you can't get it for $1 anymore. I remember there was a point in time when you can get, a thing of sausage, you can get a roll of sausage for $1. Not no more. So I remember back in 2010, they said that eating they said that like in the end of 2010, I was at the mental hospital, and they said that dollar menu was gonna be obsolete and food prices going up. Like dollar menu at fast food. And fast food is another thing that make you dumber and kill you off faster. And you remember the Georgia Guidestones saying, "Be not a cancer on this earth." Well, how come you have a license to be on this earth, but when I do, I'm a cancer? A cancer, or more like a nuisance. They call us useless eaters. Because they want us to be unthinking and just blindly follow orders. And Biden is a liar. Well, all politicians are liars. And like Trump never lied. But Democrat and Republican is divide and conquer. Our votes don't count. But so many people who invest all of their lives acting like, they invest all their lives, they invest into fighting about their favorite politician or their favorite celebrity. If y'all fighting, the time y'all doing that, y'all could be I mean, y'all could be researching the truth. Some of y'all have better means of survival than I do, but yet you're brainwashed and don't know the truth. And but anyway, you know, what I was trying to say was the narcissistic, fake TI perks who don't want me to get help. Like DJ was trying to say, oh, that money can go to a sick kid and stuff like that. But it's like, well, nobody's saying. But then when it comes to, people who, you know, spend so much money on loud vehicles, doctoring up loud vehicles and stuff, making them fancy, you know, that can go to a homeless person or a sick kid or something like that. But, DJ would probably hypocritically tell me, well, that's his money. He can do whatever he wants. But, I couldn't buy, I wasn't like, y'all act like y'all didn't have the authority to approve of me buying that steak dinner. I deserve to be punished with thumbs down. How come with that $25, how come I was not allowed to do what I wanted with my little money that I had that, that I earned from my writing? But yeah, narcissistic abusers, everything is, they can do, everybody else can do what they want. But when it comes to me, my life has to be restricted. You try to control and restrict everything I do when you don't have that authority. You're a random stranger on the internet. A lot of people, think that they have the authority and the right to try to police and control how I should run my YouTube channel. Or they think I deserve, or that they think I'm that much of a doofus that I'm so stupid that I deserve to not have a channel at all. So anyway, nowadays people who are not even struggling. They just want to, follow the trends and look cool. They're not even selling their soul to the devil, because they're on hard times. Because the Tessa Brown lady, excuse me, she sold her soul to the devil. Because it's like that's the only way you go viral. You got to sell out first in order to be, special enough to get to go viral. And now they're trying to get her to start her own reality show. And, they're trying to get her to go get her own reality show and get her a clothing line and everything, And all these Americans who are judging and condemning her for profiting off of stupidity. But y'all live the brainwashed life just like her. Y'all we all brainwashed and stupid. All of us are stupid and brainwashed. And you have to humbly wise up. See, one scripture in the Bible says that knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And it's not in my intent to try to kick anybody down or crush anybody or condemn anybody, I just want to try to share the truth and love, because I care about everybody, care about other people and want people to know the truth and wake up and stuff like that. I want to try to spread the message to help people get saved and stuff. And I know I need to stop uttering curse words, but I suffer Tourette's, pretty much. And sometimes, my outbursts get the best of me and stuff. And I also, sometimes have a temper and a potty mouth, even aside from Tourette's. Like, forgive me, in the earlier video, I was going off, cursing a lot, and I was really angry and lost my temper and almost felt like I was just gonna have a meltdown because of they call it sensory overload, sensory processing disorder, pretty much. That falls on the autism spectrum. That said, so it's like even toys make you more stupid. Back then, I thought people were being mean when they would take the calculator away from me. And I heard that calculators make you more stupid rather than smarter. So, smartphones, smart car, smart this, smart that is actually smart cities, everything making you dumber. Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, anything that has smart attached to it is making you dumber, including smart water. So, fast food, packaged food, corporate food, it actually make you more stupid. It don't make you smarter. And then they want to profit off of these sold out. They want to profit off of our stupidity. And fluoride is used in the dumbing down of society. And I heard some other countries they don't eat highly processed foods like we do. But see, this person made a comment on my channel. Let me see. Oh, hold on, I'm coming. Stop. Huh. This person called Scarecrow said, torture them back. Huh. Tell them, person named Scarecrow telling me I should torture the gang stalkers right back. I wonder if that's perps that try to tell you stuff like that. Yeah, so now the video I'm uploading on my phone is 633 megabytes. And okay, now you turn to 634. It was stuck at 633 for a long time. And so this video been uploading for almost 4 hours. And it's at 28%. And it's a 17, almost 18-minute video. So some videos on my phone that's from today can't get uploaded until tomorrow. Yeah, I have tired of having to manually report all these have to manually report all these spam bots. I'm very sick of them. Especially it makes me more angry that any videos that you do gets any truth that you speak gets in trouble, while the spam bots get to stay. I can't even post any links at all on as a comment on YouTube videos. They will not let me post any link at all. So that's kind of made me mad too, that I'm blocked from posting any links on YouTube channels while everybody else can. Like the comment is not even allowed to go through if I try to post a link in a video. I mean, on somebody else's video, But, here the spam bots, some people say that they're Russian bots. Russian spy bots. Some of them do have Russian names, though. Some of them have American names behind the spam bots. And it's mostly the same spam message, and YouTube is not doing anything about it. But they're quick to handle up on you if you try to speak about what's going on. So, in the Charlotte Iserbyt, in her somewhere on her blog, she mentioned about from the beginning of school days, they basically do like a profile on you to see, basically how you're going to grow up to be. And even from elementary school, they have you determined to be blacklisted. And so, it's numerous people who wish they can work and have a job. And some people who don't know the truth or don't know what is going on, they're left with no other opportunity but just to stay home and watch TV and live off, exercise, Social Security for mental disability, or stay at home all day and just watch TV all day. Nothing else really to do. Don't have enough money to do anything luxury. And if they forced to live off the government and they don't want to, like one guy, he was physically disabled, but he said that he will give his left nut in order to get the opportunity to work and get a job. Because they want to say that people with disabilities, that we're lazy and don't want to work, and they equate, like if somebody suffers a depression disorder, that they make it like as if people who suffer depression are lazy. But that's not true. You might be depressed because you feel at wit's end trying to get a job and can't. But me, I was told that if I wanted to, basically, I don't qualify to donate plasma because I wouldn't trust that because of what they do with the blood. But I tried to dig and couldn't find much research on, how bad it would be to donate plasma or the dangers of donating plasma. So with donating plasma, I don't qualify anyway to donate plasma because they told me I have to have a permanent address, show them proof of a permanent address. So that's out the question. But sleep deprivation and lack of employment and homelessness, or at least them trying to make you homelessness and unemployed, and trying to make you barely functional zombie and robot, as part of the program. So, oh, okay. Yes, I know we have to be aggressive. Yeah. So, yes, this is very much war. Because it's like you do gotta fight back. I mean, trying to stand up for yourself. Because people had described me to be a doormat, an easy prey and vulnerable and stuff like that. But then when I stand up for myself, I get called a troublemaker. So the elite are frightened of us. That's why they have their parameters in place to make sure that we don't overpower them or win over them and get the upper hand over them. And many people have been talking for years about how, but it's only a small handful of people though, compared to the other hundreds of millions in this country. Well, I don't know how many, last I heard there was about 319 million Americans. But there might be more or less now of Americans. So, if all of us can unite in Jesus Christ and stand up to tyranny, and, and oppression, and love each other, and know the truth about each other, stop trying to get over on people, stop trying to, stop trying to, you trying to scam and get over on people or take advantage of people or exploit or use people for your own gain, and doing stuff like identity theft and your own just personal covetousness and greed. But then y'all frown upon me, I mean, for just some, I mean, what if a lot of us targeted individuals, if we had enough sympathy, for our suffering as that lady, the Tessica lady did. She originally put up a GoFundMe for I think it was $1,500. And then she ended up getting like 23,000 or something like that. And then she tried to give back and try to donate to charity, but then they locked her account and said her account was fraudulent and stuff like that. So some people say that this was a distraction for something bigger. But a lot of y'all who are calling her stupid, y'all are lining up for the V word. More fighting to line up for the V word. But you want to call somebody else stupid. So, I mean, it's like we pay for, like us brainwashed people, we pay for and battle and fight for our own destruction and don't even realize it. We're paying for our enslavement and oppression and thinking it's there to help us. Fuck a new car nowadays. Shucks, I'd be glad just to live in a simple freaking hut. But, I have no vehicle at all and don't know where I can set up a hut or a tent. I don't know where I can set up a tent, and I don't want to be associated with other homeless because more trouble. Not all homeless are trouble, but some of them are. I don't want to be around a bunch of druggies and thieves. So it's like, and I don't want to be hurt by another homeless person. It's like here in Pensacola, the homeless people, not all of them, but some of them, the homeless druggies are more likely to try to be violent to you than regular people out in society. And I know that the homeless people who are doing that are perps. So that's why I'd rather, just be off to myself. But yeah, other people have capability of being violent too. But but it's worse when your ass is on meth. Stay away from me. And so dealing with somebody who does crystal meth, or you're a crackhead, or do whatever other drugs that alter the human mind and make you demon possessed and do stuff that you don't even, or if you're an alcoholic, a drunkard, nah, y'all some dangerous people. I don't want to be in a predicament where I can't feel safe. I don't want to have to walk around in fear. So, it's like they're conditioning us to be stupid and follow orders and do what we're told, to indoctrinate us into being conditioned to accept being forced to live like a robot, or because they said that humans being replaced by clones and robots, and Hollywood with the predictive programming conditioning us to think that. They brainwash us to believe that we come from monkeys. And especially they try to say black. I mean, there was no outrage the fact that we learned in school with Darwin and evolution that black people come from monkeys. How insulting. I mean, that people come from monkeys, and then black people, they say that black people are the cause of AIDS virus, HIV and AIDS from monkeys. But in reality, I think I heard that Anthony Fauci was the one who created AIDS. I've been hearing people say that. And I've heard about, Louis Pasteur and pasteurization of food. I heard that pasteurization of food and vaccines, that's not natural. And they want to try to get you inoculated. So that's why we are broken down, sicker, less healthy, destroying our temple, our body being a temple of the Holy Spirit. We can't be naturally human. Everything in this world is fake. Nobody has real personalities. Excuse me. Your likes and dislikes are controlled. Everybody wants to, instead of thinking on your own what you like, people love to, it's a lot of peer pressure, and everybody like to go after what's popular. They would rather go after what's popular, and because everybody else is doing it, you know, but they don't dare to be different. It's like some people only like songs that's a hit, and some people only like popular movies and TV shows and stuff. People don't really like independent films or independent music. Independent music is hard to try to get your voice out there. And some people would do whatever it takes to get famous. I thought only younger people sell out, but I didn't realize you can be 80, 81 years old and make that decision to want to sell out. Because I thought that becoming famous was only for the young people. But people were wondering why the Tessica lady, why would she do something like spray glue in her hair at 40 years old, and they figured, well, she should have known better. There's a lot of things we should have known better. There's a lot of things we should have known better. Or a lot of decisions we made are stupid. And then y'all try to justify it by making like she's a special kind of stupid. But you got a TV in your house. You follow orders from the government. You ain't smarter than her. You ain't smarter than her. Y'all want to try to bully, harass, and lecture people about lack of common sense. But we all got our little stupidity. All of us are dumbed down and brainwashed and stupid. So somebody sell out and then do a witchcraft ritual, and then their faces and their names are seen everywhere. All y'all that's calling Tessica the stupidest person on the earth right now, y'all gonna be the first to buy and say that she didn't deserve that GoFundMe money, that she profited off of stupidity. Y'all gonna be her number one fans within like 3 more months. Watch, mark my words. Y'all gonna be her number one fan, and then y'all gonna be like hashtag Team Gorilla Glue Girl or Team Tessica Brown. Or y'all might just, call yourselves Team Gorilla. You're going to be Team Tessica Brown after y'all hate her. Like, come on, look what happened with Kim Kardashian and Ray J, that sex tape. Remember, nobody liked that, But there's a lot of people who still say that they can't stand Kim Kardashian. But look how big and huge she is with her fame. She got famous off of being a whore. Famous off of a sex tape. Ray J was already famous. But, I still got a lot more to learn myself. That people of all ages can be immature and do stupid shit. Deliberately or unintentionally. That's just the, fallacy of humanity. I'll say is fallibility a word? Like humans are fallible. So, trying to figure out what some other things that make you stupid. Like, one of those, what food was that? Oh, it was the canned peaches that I had. Lied and said 100% juice. The peaches, when I looked, it wasn't 100% juice because it had pear juice, water, this chemical, that chemical, this ingredient, that ingredient. if it was yellow clean peaches and 100% juice, it would be just the peaches by itself and pear juice. That's it. You know, so it would be just the peaches by itself and pear juice. You know, but I'm like, wait a minute, y'all lie. And they'll have a package of food. Say, for example, you get um a pack of, you know, cashews, 100% pure cashews. Then you look on the back of the package, and it will say, you know, salt, um, hydrogenated oil, natural flavors, abortifetal cells, soylent green, people, bacon grease, or whatever else weirdness, but it's supposed to be 100% cashews. And so look up Weston A. Price, Weston A. Price. Also look up Price Pottenger, Pottenger Nutrition Foundation. So the government cracking down on the Amish, you know, years ago for trying to, you know, for having raw milk. And like, there are some people who are rising up and say that the government should have no say so or control or authority of what you should and shouldn't put in your body. And they wonder, why the hell does the government care about what we put in our body? And then, you know, as I said, they want to try to deter you from wanting to eat healthy. And then companies are independent companies by law are forced to put a Proposition 65 warning on something that's healing and that's, you know, harmless. And so, but at the same time, there's some leaven in the so-called natural health community, because so-called natural health community, you get suckered, not always, but over 90% of the time, you get suckered into the new age indoctrination with holistic healthcare and naturopath and stuff. And me researching, thinking I was researching the truth, but then I had to deal with the leaven and the you know, disinformation of the new age movement, you know, vegetarian and veganism, new age brainwashing to make you physically and spiritually weaker. I made that mistake by joining, you know, the vegan cult, but not for long. And so and I found myself being a hypocrite, being hypocritical, you know, with the raw vegan thing. And you will stay weak and hungry with the vegetarian and vegan diet. But I heard fasting is good for your health physically and spiritually. But they said if you fast, make sure you reading the word of God with more intensity, and fasting and praying with more intensity, you know. And so I don't know how a person could do that being targeted with all these distractions and homeless on the streets. You know, if you're being homeless on the streets and targeted, and you gotta be forced to use up all your energy to walk everywhere. And and on top of that, sleep deprived, and the possibility of getting kicked out of places of business when you're just trying to, during the day, trying to stay out of the elements, and then you're forced to be sleep on the concrete at night. And people don't care if you're a single female who's menstruating and have no place to get to take a shower or a bath. You know, so it's like a single woman, they get the least of compassion for whatever reason. If women are supposed to be considered weak and vulnerable, I thought it looked like somebody's crowding by my door. Hold on. Those are the perp neighbors, the illegal perp neighbors across the hallway. Yeah. So forgive me for any outside noise because I got my earbuds in. I'm sorry if this video sounds scattered all over the place and stuff, but let me try to finish because I don't want to take up a whole 3 hours. I've been almost 2 hours already, so I don't want to take up too much time. Excuse me. So, people are indoctrinating us. The fake truther community is indoctrinating us with New Age, Freemasonry, and witchcraft, and everything like that, while they pretending to act like they're woke to the truth. And, they deny Jesus Christ before men, or they don't even acknowledge him. And you wonder, black, white, or whatever race that get popular behind promoting their New Age products. I even thought about, an opportunity to sell natural products. And there was one man in Los Angeles who was trying to get me to sell and work for his store. But I wasn't sure about that because I was like, what if I'm promoting New Age? So, seeing like the majority of jobs and work and employment nowadays, it's like you got to promote sin in order to get you a living. Christians at work get blacklisted for even the merest mention of the Bible or Jesus Christ. That's inappropriate in the workplace. But the Bible says to preach the gospel, preach the gospel to every creature. So I'm using this as a platform, to try to get the truth out, And the satanic people try to shut down the truth, So basically, to summarize this video, I just want to say that, they use corrupted food, water, the air we breathe, medication, vaccinations. What am I missing? Something else. Yeah. Anything you put in or on your body, even the chemicals that you use for cleaning, stuff you take a bath with, products like, I think I heard triclosan is bad in soap and stuff like that. And it's like, so it's like, I'm gonna try to post some links in the description box about the deliberate dumbing down of society. As many as I can find. I don't want to overwhelm y'all, but if y'all want to research the truth, y'all can. And also, I have my Truth DVD for Christians that y'all can download on my Google Drive. You're welcome at any time. I post those in every video. My Truth DVD for Christians, a link to the Bible, and a few other things, and in case if you want to donate and help me stay here longer, y'all can do that as well. But I'm going to try to find whatever documentaries or some, links to anything that pertain to the deliberate dumbing down of society. Dumbing down of Americans. And another thing I wanted to say was, okay, yeah. So, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm still fighting sleep deprivation. My body's still catching up. So forgive me for sounding any kind of incoherent. So, okay, so, but besides the things that we put in our body, look, I got no choice but to use a microwave here. Because that's all they have. They don't have a stove. But I heard microwave and cell phone, and I think computer as well. Wi-Fi and radiation. I heard Wi-Fi kills sperm cells. And I heard that a lot of condoms are laced with STDs. And you wonder how a person use a condom and still give you syphilis. And then you get mad and blame that person when it was actually the manufacturer that did it, keeping us warring with each other rather than the real enemy because we don't know the truth. And so there are a lot of women who are frustrated, who want to get pregnant, trying to conceive, and they can't conceive. And some of them turn to witchcraft and kill another mother and acquire their baby. So it's like also on the TV, radio, books you read, billboards, any form of media brainwash you and make you dumber. I remember watching some documentary about, I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of those truther documentaries that talked about how even products that have to be considered common sense to not use a certain way, that companies still have to put those disclaimers on there, to protect themselves from being sued by people doing stupid shit on purpose, that they do something stupid to themselves on purpose and hoping that they can sue that company. But then the real hidden poisons that the food manufacturers do, poisons that they put, or the ways that they handle food, like the FDA and stuff, a lot of it's hidden from the public. And Monsanto and Roundup the herbicide. They have us, cannibalizing, recycled people without realizing it. And you ever heard of adrenochrome? Celebrities and your politicians in the elite is like a drug. And you wonder why you always craving McDonald's, human meat and McDonald's. And not just McDonald's, but even the beef in the big grocery stores like Walmart. And I heard Winn-Dixie too. That's why they had, like, you get cheap deals at Winn-Dixie that's not even natural beef. And you're lucky. You think you're feeling lucky that you can get, buy one, get one free ground beef. But it might be a human that you're eating. Or, another, or fake lab-grown meat. They usually don't make beef cheap or affordable anymore. When I was living in Los Angeles, I was hardly able to afford to eat beef. So when I was living in LA, other than the 10-pound bag of chicken that I most of the time didn't get to get in Los Angeles, that the crackheads will fight over, the 10-pound bag of steroid-injected chicken, that the crackheads will fight over at the food banks and stuff like that, And it's like they got a lot of people in Los Angeles that the brainwashed world would call, that the brainwashed world would call you mentally ill. But I heard those people be drugged out and demon possessed. You wonder why people running free, but they are a danger to society for real, and they're left alone pretty much. Nobody gonna haul them off anywhere. I mean, so another thing, us putting ourselves in debt, thinking that we're gonna better ourselves, and then find out that we don't end up not getting the job that our dream job that we want. Most of us don't. Most humans are miserable, at least in America. We're miserable because we can't get to live how we want. We can't be free to live how we want to live. We can't do what makes us prosperous and happy and serving the Lord at the same time. What if it's your personal American dream to help liberate others and help take away the mind shackles from other people who are, mentally enslaved to certain sins and the brainwashing from the government. And so, it's like even the local news is hyped up. And it's nothing but bad news and depressing, especially in New Orleans on NOLA.com. All you hear about is somebody who got killed. YouTube video algorithms and suggestions, a lot of the times the truth is suppressed. But then with the algorithms, the mindless celebrity gossip is what get the most. You get the most, of that in your recommendations. The truth is never popular. And the thing with the consumerism, they want to make us New World Order debt slaves. And they want us to be indentured servants, peasants, lower level, the elite want a master race. You ever heard of eugenics? So they want a master race of blonde hair, blue eyed Aryan people. They want blonde hair, blue eyed people. And so, they have us buying useless things and being in a lot of credit card debt and student loan debt. We paying to be brainwashed, and then we're in this student loan debt and can't get a job nowhere. You have to have a car to get a job, and then a job to get a car, and make it a vicious cycle. You have to have a car to get a license, and then a license to get a car. You wonder, how do people get through that hypocrisy, and that if you consider in debt, financial debt, employers, like if you have if your credit score isn't high, then you get you get considered unemployable. How is it that if we're in debt, they want to keep us punished with debt rather than allowing us to work our way out of debt? I was part of this brainwash system too. And, I care about people and want people to know the truth about, how our world operates, about how everything operates. Well, not everything, because I don't know everything. But I would like for more people to learn the truth. If people have a lot of questions, speculating everything and wondering why of things, so whoever's watching this video, look at the description box, the links in the description box. Look at them and study them and share them with people. Share this video with people. If you can, share this video with others. So, that's one thing I kind of still don't much, know how to survive without a vehicle. I mean, or how to even get to the woods or something like that, But me being just a single female by myself, I myself don't know what's the best thing to do. But I did learn a little bit about foraging for food. You can Google and YouTube or whatever search engine, look up foraging for wild edibles, study and read up on them, try them, eat them. I don't know where to go off the grid, but I've heard people talk about surviving and living off the grid. Living off the grid and surviving, and I heard it's not good for a targeted individual to live out in the woods or off the grid, because if you target it and they can track and find you, the perps, I heard that they will kill you if they catch you off vulnerable and by yourself and out in the woods. And your family, we don't have family to care about us anyway. And the same thing with homeless people, don't have family to care about them anyway, So it must be a good thing that it's been just about 2 hours. Now I'm starting to get a little sleepy, So yeah, last night I didn't get to fall asleep until 4 o'clock this morning. And then I woke up about I think it was 1:30. But I thought I was going to get to fall asleep by 2 o'clock, but they were vibrating me so badly. It's now 10:17 p.m. So, I'm scared and don't know where to go or what to do about, how to survive, even though I researched some things about survival. But I encourage y'all, it's not about giving myself any credit or anything like that. This is to help y'all. I mean, y'all have better use of the information. Y'all have better resources than I do. But I'm just putting the information out there to look at my true DVD for Christians. And also, I'm still compiling a part 4 of the true DVD for Christians. That's gonna they also include a lot more information about targeting. With my research and stuff. I'm still, gathering information. So it's now 10:18. So, I'm just asking, if, the fact that I don't know how to survive or where to go, living off the grid or living out in the woods anywhere, and the weather's supposed to be funny next week too. And so, dealing with cold on Tuesday night, and then, Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday is supposed to be rainy. So, I can't even, get a job. Can't even get a job like I would want to, So, hopefully, if I'm well rested tonight, in which I have confidence because of the certain food that I ate, I have confidence that I'll get to be able to sleep good tonight. I don't know about sleep good, but I, get to sleep tonight. And so, if I'm going to try to work on some more writing tomorrow. So, thanks for listening to me, and I'll see y'all later. I guess, even though I have some more videos uploading, but this is the last video I'm going to do for tonight. I think I've done a lot of talking and a lot of videos today. So this is my last video for tonight. So thanks for listening to me. And it's probably going to be past midnight when this uploads too. So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. All right. Love y'all and bye.